Know before you go. Tips on traveling abroad. We've all been there. You rush to the airport, you park, you grab your bags, run to the check-in counter. Then you make it through security. As you keep running, you think, what terminal am I leaving from? When you just make it, the first thing that pops into your head as the airline attendant is checking your ticket, did I forget anything? Well, traveling abroad is a lot different than domestic traveling. Being in a foreign country can be a lot scarier than being in a familiar place inside the United States. The scariest part is knowing that when you reach your destination, the majority of the people you will cross paths with do not speak the same language as you. Therefore, you don't want any added aggravation of forgetting or not doing something properly before you leave home. When you're preparing yourself for a big trip, there are 3 major questions to ask yourself before you head to the airport. 1. Do I have all the essential documentation I will need while I'm traveling? Also, where would I go in case of an emergency when I get where I'm going? And 3. Have I properly packed my luggage? Well, I've had the opportunity to travel abroad several times, and with each trip I have gained more experience and knowledge on the proper things to do to prepare myself before I leave. First, you also want to find a safe place for all your documentations, as well as making copies to leave with a family member. Research telephone numbers and addresses for the nearest places to get help should you need it once you reach your destination. And also, make sure you have packed properly so as to not get slowed down when you reach the airport. Today, I will talk about each of these 3 topics to make sure you can be a little bit more prepared before traveling abroad. To begin, let's discuss what important steps to take a few days before you're scheduled to leave. The most important document you will need when traveling abroad is your passport. You want to make copies of your passport and all your travel documents before you leave and give them to a relative in case of an emergency of any kind while you are away. I like to sign up for the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. It's free to enroll, and it will help the state government help you in any situation while you are abroad. The state government can also contact you in case of an emergency at home. Find out how to contact the United States Embassy where you are for extra help should you need it. It is always possible to become ill or need medical assistance when you're traveling. You could also contact your insurance provider. You would like to check to see if you would be medically covered if you need to go to the hospital or see a doctor while you're away. Also, locate the closest physician's office where you will be staying and give that information to your insurance provider to see if you would be able to seek medical assistance in those places. The last thing you will do before you leave on a trip is pack your luggage. Airlines have very specific rules now concerning your luggage in order to maintain safety while traveling. You need to put your name and phone number on every piece of luggage you will be carrying with you. Do not leave your luggage unattended at any time because it could be tampered with. You also need to inform yourself on the proper way to pack certain items, such as how do I pack liquids and where do I put them? Another key form of advice is do not wrap presents because every item you carry is suspect to inspection. Also, keep your valuables with you at all times. Do not pack them in your checked luggage, for they could be stolen. Also, know the requirements at the security checkpoints to make sure you can go through security faster. Inform yourself about the policy on what is considered dangerous goods when entering in another country and when returning to the United States. Now, let's review again the key points to remember before you travel abroad. There were 3 major points of information I wanted to express to you before you leave to travel abroad. 1. Make sure you have all of your proper documentation with you, as well as provide copies to emergency contacts. 2. Make sure your medical insurance is effective where you will be traveling. And lastly, know the requirements on how to properly pack and carry your luggage through the airport. Lastly, the most important thing to do once you've reached your destination is to have fun. Traveling to new places and getting to experience new things is very enjoyable and always memorable. It's like a drug, in the sense that once you get home and can recollect all the things you did, you instantly want to begin researching on other places you have always dreamed of going. If you have the travel bug, don't waste the opportunity, because there's so many places to experience. And if you're prepared, it can be very enjoyable. Thank you.